Hello and welcome back, flute students. This is another instructional video. Today I'm going over the piece A Minor Holiday Celebration by Robert W. Smith. And I'll be working all the way through the flute part, and then at the end of the video I'll be doing a run through with some other instruments in the background. This piece I think is very interesting because it takes familiar Christmas carols, Joy to the World, Deck the Halls, Jingle Bells, and it plays a minor version of them, including a Hanukkah song that you'll hear in the trumpet part if you watch my trumpet video. So for the performance of this video, I'm going to take 120 beats per minute, but when I go through the parts, I'm only going to take the metronome at 90. So if you're practicing at home, you get your metronome out. If you pause the video, you can play along with those sections. In the beginning, we have B flat, A natural, G flat, use that ring finger, then F, E flat, D flat, C, B flat. So that is our B flat minor scale descending. Okay, and those are all the notes. That would be the harmonic minor because you're playing the B natural. And we're going to play that right now at 90 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready. Okay, I didn't play that pickup note into 5 because I feel like it goes with the next measure. And then at the end of 4, we're going F, G flat, A natural, B flat for 8 beats. I'm not going to be able to hold it that long if we're taking it this slow. Okay, so we're going to start right on measure 4 and play through 8. Ready? Actually, I was able to play that long. So that's the beginning. Usually I'm only going to play each section once. I am going to play from the beginning to 9 right now if you want to play along with that. But if there's a section you're really working on, I suggest pausing the video, working on it, and then going back 10, 15, 20 seconds and then playing it over with me. Okay? So in the beginning, make sure you get all those notes right. A naturals and G flats. Okay? We're going to take it at the beginning to the first note of 9. Ready? Okay. And you probably looked in your music and see, wow, I have a lot of notes coming up from measure 9 down to the end of 26, and then we repeat a little bit later. We have D flats or Fs. Your band director should be telling you whether you're playing the upper note or lower note. I have flutes write an up arrow or a down arrow in the music so they know what part they're playing. And I suggest, if your band director allows it, in band, the person next to you should be playing the opposite note so you can hear that harmony. In the final video and in this part, you'll hear both parts at certain times when I play it longer. But for now, I'm going to be playing the D flat for purpose of this. And you'll probably notice there are no breath marks. So what I have told my students to do is pick a number 1 through 4, and on that beat, that would be the beat they breathe on. So let's say they pick beat 3, which is what I'm going to use right now. Every beat 3, if you're going to take a breath, take a beat breath there, but only breathe on beat 3. So for example, I'll start at 11. And so on and so forth. So every beat 3, I was taking that breath. Now you don't have to breathe every beat 3. Now I'll breathe every other beat 3. Ready? 11. Okay, and this is where you don't want to lose count. So you might want to make some markings in your music. If you think you can breathe every other one, cross out those two notes every other measure on beat 3 only. Now I'm breathing both notes because it's easier to come back in on 4 than to just take 1/8 note out. And then you notice the notes change at 15. They change for 2 measures. So if I'm playing D flat, I would go up to E flat, and then I would go back down to D flat for 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 6 more measures. So you need to know the flow of the piece. All right, so I'm going to start at 11. I'm still going to breathe on beat 3, and I'm going to play all the way to 19. Either play the F or the D flat. You'll hear the other part also, okay? 11 and... All right, great. So that's how it works. Hopefully you could hear the other part. So now that we've explored that section, let's go down to 27, 28, and 29. This is probably one of the trickier sections for the notes. So let's go over those notes right now. Remember, our E's are already flat. So we're starting with a C, which is just your first finger and your pinky. And then we have D flat, which is just your pinky. And then E flat and C. And then the next measure is the same rhythm, D flat, E flat, F, D flat. So we have that D flat twice. I suggest getting that pencil out and marking that second D flat. Let's just play those 2 measures, 27, 28. C, ready, go. Again, ready, and... That's great. All right, and then we look at our last measure. Here's part of the scale again. C, D flat, E flat, G flat, A natural, B flat. So everything is flat except for the C and the A. I'll play them slowly. All right, and now let's play them with the metronome. 29. Let's play 27, 28, and 29. Ready, and... All right, great. All right, and then obviously at 31, we go back to what we were doing before. If you were breathing on beat 3, please continue to breathing on beat 3. If you were breathing on beat 1, breathe on beat 1. And then at 37, 38, 39, and 40, that's very similar to the beginning. It's the same exact rhythm, but we have a couple different notes. We're starting with the B flat again, A natural, G flat, F, E flat, D flat, A natural, B flat. Okay, so 37. Ready, and... Good. And this is where I tell my students the second half of the piece begins. 37 is kind of the introduction to the second half of the piece. Now the whole mood shifts because now we're doing a version of Jingle Bells, but instead of playing that D natural, now we're playing it flat, which turns this song into a minor version of Jingle Bells. And it's not the same exact rhythm I just played. So let's look at these notes. We have 7 D flats in a row, D flat, and then we play B flat, C, D flat again. Remember, they're all D flat. If it's marked D flat at the beginning of the measure, it will be marked the end of the measure too. It just doesn't mark it. It saves ink, and it's just something musicians should know. Okay? So at 43, that's the rhythm I want you thinking in your head. The next measure, 45, 4 E flats, E, 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 D flat, and then D flat, C, C, D flat, C, F. And then 47, 48 are the same as 43, 44. And then 49 is the same as 45. And then 50 is F, E flat, C, B flat, and hold that half note all the way through to the end of the measure. So now I'm going to play from 43 to 51. Ready, and... So we have that. And 53 through, looks like almost the same stuff all the way through 59. Same parts. If you want to practice that again, just go back 30 seconds and play through with me there. And here we go to the end. At 60, you have 3 measures rest. That's where it's going to be a cascade of these 4 quarter notes. Bum, 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 bum. Started in the clarinets, adding in the saxophones, adding in the trumpets, and then eventually adding in the flutes. They're playing. Flutes, you're going up. F, F, G, A natural, B flat. And it's really important here at 64. F, G flat, F. Make sure you're switching to that ring finger. You're not just lifting up for G. You're playing the G flat. And then 2 more G flats. And then we go to the end with 1 G flat and that last measure. So I'm going to play the last line from 63 to the end, 90 beats per minute. Here we go. 63. I'm ready. And that's it. That's the magic of the piece. Hopefully you were able to play some of those parts, maybe all of those parts. If you think you're ready, I'm now going to transition to the run-through portion of the piece where I'm going to play it at 120 beats per minute. Now, if you're someone who wants to play this all the way through, but you can't play that speed, there is an icon on the bottom of the screen. It's a little gear icon. You can click on that and change the playback speed to 0.75 or even 0.5, and it will slow down the run through so you can play through it at a slower speed. Okay? So, as I said before, you're going to hear some other parts. At 11, we have saxophones playing the melody. At 19, we have trumpets playing the melody. 31, someone else, or they're both playing the melody. You'll hear those parts in the background along with the tuba to keep the bass line. And I wish you the best in playing this piece through. Top, 2, 1, 2, ready. All right, great job playing through this piece today. If you were able to work all of those sections in the beginning as I taught the sections, great job on that too. I wish you the best with your upcoming performance of A Minor Holiday Celebration, and happy practice.